There you go. Welcome to the Peterborough Select Board meeting tonight. Thanks for coming out, Allison. We're going to vote to approve some things and then appoint some people and discuss an encumbrance. How about that?
A bunch of encumbrances.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. All right, well, let's get started. Are we on air?
I believe we are, but I'm not 100% sure of that.
Great.
So.
All right, then.
The sign says we're on it.
Sign says we're on
then
there.
Bill, Tyler, Nicole, Allie. Just in case someone's
So,
watching.
this is, as you say, just a few votes. We're just doing a roundup of our fiscal year. So we'll be able to move on with closing this one out and opening the next one. First are some of the votes to approve the request to expend $60,000 from the Police Department Fleet Management Capital Reserve Fund for the cruiser. $57,600 from the Bridge Restoration Capital Reserve Fund for the July bond payment, and $8,318.92 from the Landfill Pollution Abatement Fund for water testing.
All pretty straightforward.
All pretty straightforward.
I'd make a motion that we approve those requests to expend.
I'll second that.
Any questions from the audience? Further discussion from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great.
For encumbrances, we were looking to encumber up to $45,785 for the assessing software upgrade from IAS Division.
That was added. It wasn't on the
It
agenda.
wasn't on the original agenda, but it is budgeted item. We've got the contract finalized. I just executed it this morning, so we're ready to go. We just need to hold the money over so we can actually pay for the upgrade.
We're holding it out of this year's budget.
Yeah, we had it budgeted in this year's budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that your motion to?
Yes, it was, so moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Excellent.
We'd like to encumber up to $55,000 for town paving of sidewalks.
All
That certainly need to be done, I'll make the motion.
Okay.
So I'll second that one.
Motion seconded.
Kennedy.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Does that include Pine Street?
Not in that.
Taught you to bring
Your
that
work-
I was waiting for it.
Plenty of work on Pine Street this year, don't you worry.
That doesn't seem like much, though, 55,000.
We're
Well, it's
doing
just-
some work on
Just a
Elm
few.
Street. Yeah, we're doing some work on Elm Street, not all of it.
It's really just stuff that we didn't get to this year, right?
Yes.
All right.
And we're looking for a vote to approve amendment number 2 to the Drinking Water and Groundwater Trust Fund grant. This will extend the grant. We're working in Coldstone Springs. Obviously, we're not completed yet. We don't believe it's going to be done until well into the fall, so we need to formally request a grant extension.
So moved.
So moved with authorization for Nicole to sign that amendment. And I'll second that. All those in favor?
That makes sense.
And then last, we have the votes to appoint Eric Bowman as a member of the Economic Development Authority, Heather Murphy as a member of the Greater Downtown TIF Advisory Committee, Kyle Murphy as a member of the Greater Downtown TIF Advisory Committee, and Andrew Dunbar as an alternate member of the Planning Board.
I have a question. The EDA needs to have a member on the various TIFs, and they're supposedly going to chair those, but at least be a member of. Does that have to be, does that member have to be a full member of the EDA?
I don't believe it's required.
Because I noticed that Andy Dunbar has been
Planning board.
attending.
You mean planning board? Full member of the planning board?
No, well, EDA on the general GD TIFs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right, because he's a member of the Downtown TIF, isn't he? Yeah.
Well,
I
he
don't-
is now because
yeah,
he's of his association with the EDA, but
right,
he is a full member of the EDA.
right.
So that
I
was
don't
my
know, that's
question.
a good question for Danica.
Well, and isn't he also the planning board?
No, he's not on, oh.
He's only,
was on the
alternate.
planning
he's
board.
just,
Well,
Right,
he
but he
would like to
didn't
be
get
an
reelected.
alternate.
that's right.
So, but he was the, wasn't he was on some committee where it needed to be a member of the planning board, and he's no longer a member of the planning board, he's going to be an alternate.
Right.
I don't know where I just read that somewhere.
Yeah. It must be the TIF advisory committee.
But either way, he got, a fourth of the votes, just a couple shy of the other one, right? So,
And then they appoint him at the board
Yeah.
meeting.
All right, I make a motion to appoint all of these people to these committees and thank them for volunteering their time. Of course, Heather and Kyle are from Vital Provisions, right? Erica Holman's a teacher and runs the Revolution Ethics Project.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay.
All those in favor?
I'm also really happy to see Eric doing that, not that he doesn't have enough on his plate.
Yeah.
Having just
He
been
was-
nominated Teacher of the Year.
All right.
The school superintendent had a little to do with
Oh, yeah?
it, but the EDA is making those accommodations.
Nice. That's the last.
That's all I have.
I did have one item. I put out a challenge to town administration and about, I've been hearing a lot of requests for more restroom facilities downtown. The 2x-toadstool, when they're there, aren't enough, and several businesses have approached me. They get bombarded whenever there's an event or something, and so I've kindly asked, and hopefully made some suggestions to see what we can do about that. So I just wanted to get that.
Yep, I believe Danica did reply to that email, that once July 1st comes around, the money that was approved through the downtown TIF for the budget process will be available. So as we discussed, so that'll be the additional porta potties behind the toadstool.
Yep.
And the special events, typically we do require that large events provide their own porta potties in addition to what we do provide to make sure that, that there is enough to cover the increased people in the downtown area and service them. So we've always made that a part, but, we could certainly, if the board wants to consider other alternatives, we can put them on our agenda. Get that conversation going.
It is a fairly decent idea for, events that are planning to have events in the downtown, to provide a couple of toilets. If they need to be extra. Pretty cheap for a weekend.
It would, but if you have something like First Friday,
Yeah.
they don't apply for an event permit, so they don't
Yeah.
do that. So it's kind of,
That makes sense.
and a lot of people come down. So, and we have a tourist town, it's part of economic development. We want people to, if people come to town, they go, oh, I'm not going back there. It could be simple. We have the EV chargers, there's a space right next to them at the new parking lot. So. All right, let's do adjourn.
Motion,
All those in favor?
right.
So we're gonna get together on Thursday again?
Yes.
Good, thank you.
Oh, and before you go, July meeting, obviously you're
Keep
not going to
smiling.
on the 4th of July. Do you want to meet on the second Tuesday or third Tuesday
Why are we
Sure.
doing that?
of July?
Yeah.
Meeting in July?